What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast. We're going to be going over Thursday Night Football, Week 2 of the 2020 NFL season, and it faced off the Bengals versus the Browns. It was a it was a weird game because early on, I didn't really think that it would be this high scoring, 35-30. I'm like, you know what? One of these teams are going to probably, not really play as well, and it's going to probably be a blowout, and not both teams are going to be able to do this. A lot of the points that the Bengals scored towards the end, garbage time, whatever, but we're going to talk about Joe Burrow in a second. I want to go ahead and, point out that Baker Mayfield, I know he had 2 touchdowns, 1 into. He looked really good, though. Okay, throwing the football, out of the break, play action, the things that he was doing, rollout, he looked a lot more sharp, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that he was playing against the number 1 pick. All right, you got to remember, motivation is different for a lot of people. I don't know exactly what Baker Mayfield uses for motivation right now, but he definitely looked motivated yesterday. All right, so looking at that, I have to give him some credit with that. Like I said, passes were pretty much on target, tight spirals, things of that nature. OBJ, a lot of people, it was some news leaked about him, and it's a lot of hysteria and stuff like that. See, with me, I can't utilize that type of information based on the source. And a lot of people are making fun of OBJ, and he did this and he did that. Like, for me, I want to see what this man was doing out on the field, and I want to, see what's really good. And he pretty much went out there and showed flashes of greatness. Now, when I say greatness, he had a chance at one point with the Giants to go on an arc to be one of the greatest, wide receivers in the league. I don't know if he's going to be still along that line, because this could just be, I don't know. It could be something that we just saw, one game. I don't know what's going to happen the next game. The division that they're in, so they got to see the Ravens. So they'll probably go right back to the regular Browns. The run game looked pretty solid. Okay, 215 yards for total for the Browns. I got to say this, though. Kareem Hunt is still really good. Nick Chubb in my pants is also good. I was very, very nervous when they made it all the way down to like the 1 and couldn't score. But then obviously they got the fumble, Myles Garrett with a huge play, and they were able to punch it back in. But a lot of the things that go on with the Browns, it still seems that it plagues them. Like, bad play calling, trying to run the same exact play over and over again and see that it's not a good result. They still do that type of thing. So I understand where people are like, you know what, Gmia, the Browns are not going to be doing anything. You know what I'm saying, bro? They're going to beat mediocre teams, and they're going to lose to teams that they're supposed to lose to. That's what I get as far as feedback for the Browns. Like, nobody believes in anything that's going on. And I understand that, but a lot of it has to do with the coaching. Even though people are saying, yeah, it's been so many different coaches, and Baker Mayfield might be the problem, I don't know if he's the one calling those specific plays at the goal line. They keep handing the ball off, and just saying whatever, Nick Chubb, go get it. Like, like doing a play action rollout, which they did, after they got the ball back with the fumble of Myles Garrett. They didn't score off that. They had to eventually run the ball again, but you got to switch it up on the goal line. And a lot of the stuff that goes on in a Browns game, it just makes you want to go to the bathroom and drop a Brown in the toilet, because it's just ridiculous, bro. But I got to give a shout out to Kareem Hunt, because he, as the second best running back on that team, I got to say, obviously Nick Chubb is better, but look, Kareem Hunt can start on any football team. It's not like he's not a good player. It's not like he was released from Kansas City because he didn't know what he was doing. It's not anything along those lines. That's not why he was removed. So he's still a very, very good running back. Also, he got an extension during the offseason. So that's a very, very good 1-2 punch. So the Browns actually have a really good core. I want to say that they can be decent. Plus, Denzel Ward was locking up AJ Green for the most part. It was a very, very exciting situation with the game. So, they have talent on both sides of the ball. I don't want to make it seem as if they don't. They definitely do. So, as far as the defensive side of the ball goes, I believe that they can be a lot better, even though they were really good last night, but they still gave up 30 points. The key star matchups, as far as, AJ Green versus Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward is an undersized corner with speed. Okay, and AJ Green, 6'4", he should be able to put in some work. Some of the passes that Burrow put up there, he should have been able to go up there and get it, but Denzel was just all over him all night. So, we're going to get to that right now, like as we transition into Joe Burrow. Now, looking at what he was able to accomplish last night, right? Second start in the National Football League. It was absolutely unbelievable, because he it's a lot of things that he was doing at LSU. When I was telling you guys this, when people were like, yeah, he's just going to be, an average quarterback. It doesn't matter. It's college. If you look at the way he conducts himself and he looks down the field, the way he holds the football in his hands while he's looking upfield, he's never out of the play. He's already gotten a lot of intangibles that it takes quarterbacks years to get, while they're in the league. Just watch his footwork, watch what he does. And it's not like he's a sitting duck. Like, he can move in. The rush is coming. Myles Garrett think it's sweet. He could step up in the pocket. Myles Garrett got him, towards the end zone after that turnover that we spoke about earlier, but he's not going to be prone to that. That's just like, that's just jitters and getting that kind of stuff out. The game looks slow to him. That's what I noticed. And that's going to be a huge factor. Also, remember, AJ Green is coming off of injury. Andy Dalton sucked, but he was doing whatever he wanted to do. And, he just throwing it up for, the earlier part of AJ Green's career. This is a whole different type of quarterback. So I don't know, based on the way that it is right now, how AJ Green is going to continue to evolve. But he didn't look as good as he should have. And he dropped a lot of passes that I believe were in his range of catching. All right. Now, I don't know if he was fascinated because he had a quarterback that can actually throw the ball where he's at and out of Andy Dalton, but he needs to get better. That guy needs to get better right there. All right. Joe Burrow got to clean up a couple things, but he's a rookie and he played outstanding, in my opinion, as a rookie. Over 300 yards, no interceptions. Like I said, the fumble, but he played up to par for that number one pick. AJ Green has a lot of work to do. That tight end that they got is pretty good as well on the Bengals. But, Joe Mixon, he didn't really have a good night. You got to establish the run game for a young QB. A lot of things just didn't go, in the favor of the Bengals. But you guys have to have hope. If you're a Bengals fan, you got to feel good because you picked the right guy. You definitely picked the right guy. Like, it was not any point where I was like, you know what, this guy is probably going to be a bust. Like, it was never anything like that. It was always like, okay, let me see what he's doing. What is his read? Why did he throw that? Okay, look at the way he look. You're just excited about watching him. So I think if they're able to build around him and give him some more pieces, he's going to be pretty good. He's definitely going to be pretty good. But overall, the Browns are probably going to go 0-16. Like, it's kind of weird because everybody's going to be tanking for the quarterback that's that everybody wants, Lawrence, but they're probably going to have the worst record and won't need him and be able to trade it and get something else. I don't know, because I wouldn't take him if you have Joe Burrow. It's going to be kind of weird because, like I said, it's going to be a very, very tough time for the Bengals to get wins. But again, he's going to have to go through this growth spurt. That's part of the thing. The worst team gets the number one pick. He's going to have to deal with that. And we're going to watch him evolve. And I think he can lead this team to victory in a lot of different cases. Even when you watch him score, the excitement of the team, they look like they respect him and they like him, and that's a huge factor when you're playing, a sport with grown men, that they respect you and they want to play well for you. So that's pretty much it for Thursday Night Football Week 2 2020. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love.